Welcome back to another Tuesday night Roleplaying Unlimited presents Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. I think tonight might be the night that we actually see Avernus. Spoiler alert. Maybe not though. You never know what's going to happen in these games. With us, as always, we have our party leader, Selaphiel the Aasimar Paladin.
Howdy.
We have our tiefling sorcerer, Nadir. Howdy. And last on that side of the tabletop, we have Gruhlak, our half-orc fighter.
In the heart of the company. Let's be serious. The heart and soul of this group. As you can see in Justin's face.
Certainly not the brains of the group.
Brains did not come in, so yes.
And returning as our drow cleric of Tempest, we have Kalidor.
What's going on, everybody?
And last but not least, on the south side of the virtual tabletop there, we have Jeong-Hoon, our half-orc monk, played by Jim.
What's up? How's it going?
Good times ahead, assuming that we can survive this encounter. We have in progress, we have our turn order open. Brief refresher, your characters have finally finished 11 sessions confined in Baldur's Gate, exposing nobles and devilish pacts. And you have been relieved of your service as members of the Flaming Fist, except for Gruhlak, of course. And you have finally left Baldur's Gate on the road south to Candlekeep to figure out how to get this infernal puzzle box open. And on the road, as we can see here on the virtual tabletop, the VTT, two different horse-drawn wagons approach each other, and the farmer waved hello to the group. Your group waved back, and it was at that moment that this particular farmer dropped his alter self spell disguise and revealed itself as a Cambion, which is basically just an infernal spawn of a succubus or incubus and a human. And he has 3 associates here, identified by their blue health bars. They look like the mercenary type. No time was wasted as these fiends began their attack upon your convoy. I think we had 1 round of combat, and that's where we're picking it up right here. So don't go anywhere. Alright. Well, Gruhlak, it looks like you have the first initiative here. Looks like you're already down some hit points, too.
Quite a few, actually. Quite a few.
Just really quick, can you pop me a sheet for the horse?
Yeah. We don't need it horsing around.
Nay, my friend.
Nobody? Nay. Good response.
Hold off on your turn there, James. I'm unfortunately distracted with horse matters right now.
It should only take mere moments.
Dawn, do you have a charger for your phone? Like, you get it like the horse as like a charger? Or do you drive a Bronco?
Whoa, you're really just hamming it up, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just... Yeah. I was going to say horse and run when you said that, so I can think something else.
Yeah, I know. I tried to put that into perspective, and but again, that's just a horse of a different color.
James, go ahead.
Alrighty, so I'm assuming I have advantage of either individual because Selaphiel is across from me. Is that correct?
Correct. Plus the horse is on your side as well.
A horse is a horse, of course. All right. Nobody got that. Nobody got that. Probably all three people that.
Well, we lost a viewer during that, so that's all I'll say.
I'll stop at that. I digress. All right. So I will attack this guy right here, and away we go. We'll see if our rolls are just as good as last week. No, okay, good start. Seems to be a good start. I will reroll the 2.
Awesome.
All right, that's an improvement. So that'll be, I think, 16 altogether.
Gotcha.
Okay. How's he looking? Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a good chunk off the health bar right there.
And then I'll go in and follow on with an attack on the same individual. So Rogue's going to slash across his chest and then try to come down and clove him in half. Did you get it? Never mind. I gotta stop with that. We're going to lose more people if I keep doing that. Oh, yeah.
How long do we have to be saddled with these jokes?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Tommy,
Oh,
you're
man.
killing it.
I feel like one of you has the book on this, and you guys are just like texting each other back and forth.
No. I think Don has it because he's the one giving up the good ones. Oh, wow. You know what?
All right.
I don't. You know what? This is coming out early, and I don't even care. Don't even care. So I'm gonna use my inspiration.
All right.
Here it comes.
Didn't even have to tell you it was a miss. All right. Let's see.
No, yeah,
Choose one. Reroll the d20. Very good. Fire away.
Okay. Let's try again. All right, and away we go with that one.
Get it, get it.
Oh, holler. Holler.
That worked out well.
Do you want to reroll that too?
Of course. There we go. Okay, well, improvement of 1. That's not
Extra
bad.
point.
So that's
Not
going to
bad,
do
not bad.
whopping with the carry the 1, 22.
I'll buy that for $1.
Oh, man, that's $1.
What's up, Big Daddy Pancake?
Oh, is he in the hizzy? As the kid said.
Yeah, just glanced over at the Twitch feed. Looks like we got Big Daddy Pancake in the house. Now it's a real party.
No, here we go.
And just remember, when my horse is not part of an adventuring party, it's part of a bridal party.
No, he keeps it coming. Oh, slam. Dawn, keep going, man. That is
Reminder
awesome.
to self in post, Daniel, this is where you add the yes, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so
I don't think we could come up with any more unless we pony up a little more, you know.
yes. Oh, that would be. Oh, my sides hurt with the horses. Oh,
Oh man.
oh.
So James, how much longer you got on your 16-minute turn here?
Yeah. I think on that note, I think we're good. I think we can move on from.
Okay.
So you just quit
Oh, my
Stallion?
Ugh.
Yes, one more in.
Man, oh man. Alright, so our fiendish foe, the Cambion, is going to take his action. And this should be pretty straightforward. 60 feet in the air, I will fly 30 feet laterally to that position over the wagon where I started last round. And I am going to use... Actually, I should also mention I'm moving laterally at a downward slant, so I'm now at a height of 30 feet. Activating the Fiendish Charm ability on the Azamar Paladin there. And I am demanding that you turn over that golden shield to me. So let's see what you got against that there, Selaphiel. How about no, Scott?
Yes, how about no?
Well, alright, so that's my action. You are immune to that effect for the next 24 hours, so if you guys would be kind enough to just kind of hang out here until about this time tomorrow, that would be great. Okay. I'm going to move 15, 20, and another 30 feet here, ascending as I'm moving in that direction back to the height of 60 feet. And that will conclude the Cambion's turn and move it to the hired hands. I have two of them right next to Selaphiel, and despite getting just completely hammered here by Gruhlak a second ago, they are going to follow their orders now and converge on Selaphiel. Selaphiel can hear in his head as these, as one of them is attacking him twice, and the other's actually going to try to make a grab for the shield. So we'll see how that goes. But still being attuned to the shield, the voice within speaks to Selaphiel. Do not let them confiscate me. They have ill intent.
Like you never have ill intent.
What have I done but give you advice? We're gonna go two-handed longsword attacks. Ooh. Did one of them pierce the veil there?
One of them hit exactly.
Yeah, 22 AC for 11 slashing. They found a weak spot in the armor. I'm always tempted to go with the chink in the armor, but there was a comedy show I watched a few years back where they had an Asian guy in the armor, and they kept saying, you gotta aim for the chink in the armor, and he was like, that's racist! Hilarious. Okay, and then in the act of trying to grab the shield from you, that's just going to be a basic contested athletics check here. So I will get the ball rolling on that, Dawn. Alright, can you beat a 7?
I shall try. Yes, I did.
By 1. How about that?
And I started with a +6.
Wow. Well, alright then. So that's it for the veteran mercenaries on the east side there. I've got one in the tall grass here, stuck between Rhea and Jeong-Hoon. I will take an attack. Well, I'm going to spread it around. We'll spread the wealth. This one, both weapons drawn, will take 2 one-handed attacks. First on Rhea, second on Jeong-Hoon. Short sword back to Rhea. And that's just 0 for 3. It's just juke, dodge, and pound off the armor. So that is it for the mercenaries, and that brings it to Rhea. I feel like I'm just playing the game by myself at this point. Rhea is basically a heightened version of these same mercenaries that you're facing against. And she will take a trio of attacks on the one that is flanked, so advantage. Baby. So that is 3 for 3 thanks to the half-orc monk providing flank advantage there. 13, 19, 24 pierce and slash combined. This mercenary is bleeding his guts out at this point. He does not have much left. And that'll bring it to Jeong-Hoon on the opposite side of the flank.
Well, let's keep that going. Does that hit?
A 15, just a little shy. The AC for the mercenaries is 17. 18 is good. That'll take away half my remaining hit points. Ow! Crack to the solar plexus there, and this guy just crumbles to the ground. He is lifeless. Alright. Any movement, or are you going to stay put there and admire your handiwork?
I'm just going to stay there for now.
Okay. So over here, a bit to the north, you were facing that Cambion earlier. And back over to you, Nadir.
Alright, I'm going to reposition a little bit just to kind of move around. But I'm staying on the ground for now. And I'm going to attack her again with another chill touch.
Right. Successful strike there. Full damage on the Cambion. Alright. And Kalidor hanging out here in the bright sunlight, thanking his lucky stars that he is now a drow. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up and kind of put myself in the tall grass as well. And I am going to hit her again with another lightning.
Stop it! It's a him, actually, but I see the confusion given the shape change. Dex save. Well. Hey! Alright. Half damage. I'll take that. Cambion cries out during the jolt. Ah! Return the shield to me, now!
Let's go heal touch on our half-orc over there with the two guys. That's for you, James.
Got it.
Alright, let's see what our paladin has.
Our paladin has advantage, so my first attack will be against the guy that's partially hurt, mostly hurt already.
Do it.
I don't want to be dead. There's no future in it. Ha-ha!
Really?
Wow. Wow.
You know, after using a hammer like this, my arm is going to be Thor. All right, second attack on him.
At least it wasn't about horses.
Yeah, I was about to say, here's my corny interjection. You have a hammer, and you can't
Holy
touch this.
crap. Right, it's hammer time.
Yep, 0 for 2 there, my friend.
All right, horse gets, let's see.
Advantage on the one that's got a direct line, but the other one not so much.
Okay, but it's going to take an attack on that one too because it's almost dead.
Okay. Oh! Oh man, it's gonna be written on this guy's tombstone. Killed by a horse. Faced off 6 brave adventurers. Got killed by a horse. What is that, a hoof attack?
That's right.
Oh god. Clock.
He was jockeying for position. I'm sorry.
Oh
Sorry.
man.
I'm good.
That was a little off track.
Alright, and does the horse have anything else?
It looks over at Selaphiel and just shakes its head. And Selaphiel looks back and goes, whatever. End of turn.
That's why Selaphiel's like, this is why I summoned you, because I can't hit. You have to do it for
That's
me.
right. You're going to be my new character.
Yeah,
I'm going to
the-
swap sheets.
Yeah, the horse is very much, you need me. You suck without me. Gruhlak, on the opposite side of that, where you just witnessed the warhorse make its first kill.
Oh, good horsey. And then I will go on to using my horse friend here. Horse flesh. We're going to attack this enemy in front of us. I'm not horsing around. I couldn't help it. God. So now we know the theme of the game right now.
Apparently
Okay,
so.
James, that it's time to get stable here.
Note that the people making the horse jokes can't roll for crap.
But the
What?
horse is kicking the shit out of everything.
Oh yeah, you're just empowering the horse who has one attack per round.
Wait, we have advantage. That was normal. So let me go and roll another to
Oh.
see if you're good with that. I just noticed that.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Well, that was the first attack. Let's see if the second attack is better. There we go. There we go. And then I'll reroll the 2. Okay, one extra, so 14 points of slashing. I'll take it. I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and do my second win at this point. Just because last time I tried to roll the proverbial dice and did not quite work out. Second wind, that'll be okay. I'll get 11. Nice. And now we'll end my turn.
Cambion once again demands that the shield of the Hidden Lord be returned to him, of course shouting at Selaphiel as he makes these demands. But in the meanwhile, turns to his left and charges a flame on each fist and launches 2 fire ray attacks at Nadir.
Interesting choice, considering he can see I'm a tiefling.
I guess I charred some grass pretty good. Yeah, that grass on either side of you is very charred. And with that, I'm going to move a bit farther away from that section of everything going on. 45 feet to get to there. Yep. And yeah, I'm just going to hover there above that tall grass. And the veterans, the mercenaries, actually only one of them left now, continuing the assault on Selaphiel. Two-handed attack assault. And holy moly, 2 and 2. The natural 20 in there to boot.
Ow, quit it.
And the mercenary looks at his dead companion to his side and looks at Selaphiel as well. Well, turn the shield over. Why don't you? Rhea, having finished with everything going on there, she's gonna step out of the tall grass, move around the front of the wagon there, and final 10 feet of movement to get to there, which puts her in flanking position as well. Ah! 3 for 3 there again. And after being slashed and stabbed thrice, this mercenary looks like he's having second thoughts about this entire endeavor. So, Jeong-Hoon, back over to you.
Okay, so I have no really good options for dealing with this lady. Stabble, whatever it is. So I am going to throw some darts at disadvantage. They're not silver darts, they're just regular ass darts.
Alright.
Amazed that one of those hit.
Yeah, right. Caught that arc perfectly, and it comes down and stabs this guy in the chest for half damage. Damage taken, it is resisted. And end of turn for Jeong-Hoon brings it all the way back over here to Nadir.
And repeat. This time I have taken to the air and I try to chill touch again.
Alright. This time the magic energy just seems to kind of wash over his body without effect. Basically you hit but didn't pass his AC.
Okay, that's end of my turn.
Kalidor on the opposite side of the wagon there. Is Jeong-Hoon challenging the Cambion to a dance-off?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I'm distracting you with the power of dance. Ah! Stop! Just glad I resist lightning, because the saves haven't been helping. Hey, there's one.
Iochi, I'll just move down here. And Iochi.
Gotcha. And Selaphiel, what you got?
All right, I got 2 attacks on this guy.
Master, I don't think he's gonna turn over the shield. Oh! Oh! No, 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 no! 2 for 2, and I had exactly 10 hit points left.
Just bring it.
Anything for the horse?
No, the horse is going to turn around and look menacing.
Okay, and Gruhlak, with the 95-foot greatsword throw. Here we go.
Maybe not this time. He's super high, so I mean, Gruhlak, while as much as he may want to, he's just going to do the normal thing and secure his greatsword and pull out his, I believe it's a light crossbow. But I think I'm going to double check. Yeah, light crossbow, and attempt to fire. I know that's going to take up one of my actions, correct? To transition from the one weapon.
It will require your bonus action. You can do a free weapon draw or stow as part of the action, but if you do a draw and a stow, then it does consume your bonus action.
Well, I'll just use the bonus action to draw it, and then I'll fire. See how it goes at the that silly goose up there. Okay. Oh, it's not an advantage. Sorry, my bad. All right. So for his, I have another attack, but I think that if I remember right, that takes up with the read.
Correct. Unless you have the crossbow expert feat, you're limited to 1 attack per round with it,
Yeah,
regardless of
excellent.
attacks.
This guy is not one of my other players who was quite proficient with firearms. Okay, Don, quick question. What kind of bread do horses like to eat?
I don't know.
Thoroughbred. Thoroughbred. You get it like the horse. Okay, I'm sorry. And I'm done. It's my turn. Sorry, Dan. Thoroughbred.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, I am going to move at 60 feet and then dash with my action beyond that. So putting 120 feet south from my current position here. And this Cambion appears to realize that he is definitely outmatched at this point, and he will flee as best as he is able. I want to say that's 140 feet from this position here. And Rhea watches the devil fly off. She's not doing anything about that. Jeong-Hoon.
Okay. Doesn't look like I can especially do anything, so shrug and I'm like, did we win? End of turn.
Nadir.
So where I'm at, that's still like 140 or 135, right?
145 from that spot, actually. One more square south is 140.
I'll get there and I'll yell in their direction. What? You forgot your shield? And then I'll remain there with a ready to action, just in case they do happen to come within range. I'll throw another spell at them.
Okay. Kalidor, what do you got? Take half of that, and you see a little spark in the sky up there that is getting further distant by the second.
They got him! They're still far away.
You think you hear a very faint...
A really low volume. Man, bitten by alligator.
Selaphiel.
I'm going to do a dodge action.
Dodge away. Any movement or bonus?
No, I will get on the horse though.
Okay. And Gruhlak, you are next.
He's gonna see that. Yeah, that might be a little too far for his crossbow, so he's gonna go ahead and not take any shots. So he's gonna secure that, pick up, reacquire his great sword, and kind of shake his fist angrily at the sky. You better. And start looking around and looting the corpses, if you will, that are near him.
All right. And on the Cambion's turn, I will put another 120 feet distance, which, if I've got the math correct, nobody should be able to touch him at this distance. All right. So that will effectively end the initiative. Take that off of there. And you are now the proud owners of 3 used longswords, 3 used short swords, 3 used sets of chain armor, some random adventuring gear, some extra rope, and a few extra days of tack and feed for the animals pulling the cart, in addition to a few extra days of rations for the hired help. And not to mention the 2 horses who, despite their bovine appearance, are indeed horses. That just happens to be the only. I went with the hay over the animal because it specifies that the guys emerge from under the hay. So I thought the hay was more important. But these are in fact 2 extra horses and a wagon.
Did he find any coin?
They are not carrying any coin.
Any kind of identifying marks on them?
Nothing really. These guys were probably just hanging out in a tavern somewhere and were hired by this fiend for this particular mission.
Alright, well, I'll stay aloft for a little bit just to make sure he doesn't double back on us, but it's obvious he's not. I'll land and address Selaphiel by saying, I think it's time to ask that shield some questions. Like, who was that? Will they come back? How dedicated are they to doing this?
All right, Shield, you heard what he said. Go ahead, spit out some answers.
Oh, am I... Now you wish me to speak to you.
If I had it any other way, probably not. But this is information that we do need.
And what is it that you are willing to barter for this information?
Yeah, he's not willing to give up any information without a trade. And I am not trading with a shield.
Well, we give him a sword, maybe. There's some, there's a little bits of flesh, maybe we can give to him. That guy's arms right there. Is he accept a IOU? We give him something later.
No. I am not going to trade or deal with a demon or a devil. So the information, obviously, we'll just have to glean it some other way.
I agree, that is... seems wise. I don't know if I would have made that same decision, but yeah, that seems wise.
Can we beat it into submission? Against a rock and claim sound might.
Are all of you so unreasonable? Are none of you willing to discuss some form of barter?
Can we hear that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh.
You don't always hear this thing when it speaks, but in this case it was speaking to all of you.
Okay. Did anybody
That
else hear?
7 was... But I think me and Justin don't need it. The other 4 people got that 7 points of healing.
That's everybody?
Yeah. Urea, you, Selaphiel, and Jeong-Hoon. To get 7.
Nice. Thank you.
Okay, I got it.
So everybody else is hearing the voice, right? This is just me. This Gruhlak is like touching his head a little bit, kind of figuring out if he's actually hearing them. Just maybe from an injury.
No, I heard
Yes,
it.
how does the shield communicates?
Okay. Well, Shields shouldn't be talking. Okay.
I'm sorry, Jeong-Hoon. What were you saying?
No, I heard it too.
So should we drown it? Maybe put it underwater, and then we can cleanse the shield of the talking. And he stops suddenly because he realizes that maybe he can hear what he's saying.
You do realize that just dumping it in water is not going to remove the presence that's bound within this shield.
Oh, I didn't know that, but now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Okay.
Well, it's a good thing we're on our way to Candlekeep to a person who seems to know a lot about devils.
Very true. Let us continue forward while we still have light.
Good idea.
I'll
I
give
will,
Slobberchop some treats.
Let's throw that gear in this other wagon, and I'll take control of this, and we can take this to Candlekeep as well. Maybe sell it to them. I fly. I'm a pilot.
Take the next 10 minutes during our break here to consider if you do want to do any kind of dealings with this shield, those of you who have not already decided against it. And yeah, that is our cue for the first break, and we'll be back about 7:12 or so.
Oh, show.
Okie dokie.
Don't go nowhere, RPU fans. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Roleplaying Unlimited Tuesday Night Adventure here. And we have the remains of this battlefield set. Looks like your characters have taken possession of all the goods. And anybody speaking up to the question about the shield? Those who have not spoken up already, I should say.
I just don't know who you are, guy inside the shield. If you're not a devil, I would want to help you, but I don't know that you're not a devil. And we found you in really sketchy circumstances, so, you understand, bro.
Are you given to believe that all devils are inherently bad by nature? Are you not accompanied by one with devilish features?
No, he's not a devil. He's a tiefling. His mom was a devil or something.
My dad, actually.
Oh, my bad. But I don't judge him for it,
Now that you bring it up, Nadir, Obi-Wan never told you the truth about your father. Oh, wait, that's a different tangent entirely, my bad.
I was confused. I was like, wait, this
That's
wait a
not
second.
true. That's impossible.
My dad is a shield? No wonder my feet are made of metal and have bolts on them.
Maybe he's just an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh gosh. Now we're on
here we
another one
go.
entirely. No, I gave him a new topic. Moving on.
We need to block this form of joking.
I mean, it doesn't take much to get them started.
Here on our central VTT map, we have the Baldur's Gate region. It's a 5-day journey, roughly, from Baldur's Gate to Candlekeep, and we are now in the midst of that journey. It is one particular evening as your group is making camp and assigning watches and who's cooking what and all that good stuff that your companion Rhea feels compelled to just go into the following story. It was over a century past that the great troubles began. Fiends roamed the lands to the north and west of Elturel. Fields were despoiled, livestock slaughtered, homes razed, and people dragged off to a terrible and unknowable fate. Terror gripped us all. The city's cavalry rode across the land, striking down fiends wherever they found them, and suffering fearful losses. But it was never enough. For every fiend they destroyed, it seemed as though 2 more appeared elsewhere. The ruler of Elturel, the High Rider, asked his people to pray to the gods for aid. To everyone's astonishment, a mighty angel entered the city the next day. Her name was Zariel, which means companion of light. The prayers of Elturel had been heard, and help had come. Zariel located the gate through which the fiends were entering the natural world on the fields of the dead, west of the city. Zariel declared that she would lead the cavalry into Avernus, destroying the infernal host that was amassing there, and striking a great blow against the forces of darkness. The High Rider sent out the riders of Elturel, now numbering many thousands, with Zariel at their head, riding a golden mastodon. With a great cry, Zariel and her army charged through the gate. The legions of Avernus trembled and buckled, but did not crumble. Zariel was defeated, and the remnants of her army returned to Elturel, overcome with grief at the loss of their glorious general, but confident that the lords of the Nine Hells would think twice about threatening Elturel again. There were great celebrations to honor the valiant knights of the cavalry, who became known as the Hell Riders from that day on. I am proud to be among their number. Yeah, that horse doesn't know much of anything about the story that is being told here. Somebody else might, though.
I was just trying to increase its intelligence because that's what the spell does.
Are you sure? Because it doesn't look like it did.
Yeah, the intelligence goes up to 6.
Especially in Nadir's case, given that he was one who recognized the name Zariel when it was etched above that archway back in the Van Thamper dungeon. Given the context of the story being conveyed here, he's piecing more and more of the details together. There's still large gaps in the story, and you're not sure if you're just having a brain fart and you can't remember that part, or if it's these parts of the story have never been accurately recorded. If there is no further delay there, we can complete the trip to Candlekeep at last.
There was much rejoicing.
Alright. And then Gruhlak realizes that the bag of holding was stolen all the way back in Baldur's Gate, and that prompts a 12-week detour for your characters to go back the other way and recover your 283 gold pieces.
Well, it's funny you say that, because at
Do
some
we succeed
point,
at that?
I'll let you know in September.
so I would definitely at that. So when you looted the corpses, if you will, I would be like, oh, procure some of this, and I think he would have at that point noticed that. Go, oh, where is it? Oh, it's gone. It's gone. And he'll make a big deal of it. He'll be loud and kind of looking over. He'll kind of start approaching people like, "Do you know where it is? Selaphiel, where's the pouch? Where's the bag?"
You had the bag. You've been carrying the bag the entire time.
Yeah, but I thought you took it during the guard duty.
I would never take the bag.
Oh, fine. Nadir, do you have the big bag with all our money in it? Most of our coin.
I have never possessed the bag. It's either been you or Selaphiel, as far as I know.
He goes back to Selaphiel. Okay, he says you have. The joke's over. I don't think this is funny.
I don't joke and I don't lie. I don't have the bag, and I didn't have the bag as we were leaving. You were the one that had the bag, the money, and did all the negotiations for our food and such. So if the bag is missing, then it was your responsibility.
I'm so sorry to interject out of game, because you guys have a good in-game back and forth going here. But first I want to applaud you guys for carrying on this segment as long as you have here. But not only that, for carrying it on as long as you have without blaming Ben. Isn't that the first go-to anytime something's missing? The whole time you guys are talking, I'm just looking at Ben's camera. And I just see this smile on his face because he's like, finally. It took 21 frickin' years. But finally, they're not, Ben, where's the pouch? Where's the money? We know you got it. Give it up. They went to the paladin and the sorcerer first. If you're able to, and have the inclination, by all means, continue. I'm sorry I had to interject. I found that hilarious.
Look, the gods.
Were you accusing me because I look like a devil? Huh? That's my sister.
I didn't know. I asked, and you said Selaphiel has it. So you and you guys are playing a joke on me. I just don't appreciate it. So I just like the pouch back now.
The pouch is gone. The money is gone. So the gods have provided, and we shall have to deal with it from here.
He can't wait to dismiss the hand at him, and he goes up to Jeong-Hoon and like, okay, you have it, right? The bag.
I'll be
Yo,
right
I don't
back.
have it.
Right back.
No, so wait, say again.
Yo, I don't have the bag.
Do you have a bag?
Yeah, I got this bag of candy. You want some?
Yeah, I
All
really
right, we're just trying to find out who's left holding the bag.
I offer some candy to Selaphiel too.
He'll definitely take a candy and start chewing on it, like deep in thought, trying to remember.
Your job is safe. You're not going to get sacked.
Okay, you think you're funny? No, I mean it was a little funny, but it's not. That's not funny. That was a.
Here we'll say, well, we know that Kalidor didn't have it because he was dead for some event, and I believe Selaphiel, you were the one who took his possessions when we brought him to the shrine. So, if it was not Selaphiel and it was not Gruhlak, it cannot be anyone else. We didn't give it to Rhea, so it must have been stolen from one of us.
Oh, okay. What do we do now? We have all these things, and
We just continue onwards. Again, we shall always be able to find more gold. We will always be able to find other items. We have a mission that we must accomplish, so we must carry on.
no, carry on, but I have to carry everything. Like I'm not stupid.
Look,
You're gonna make me
we
carry
just
all
need
the
to carry on, my
56
wayward
items that we
son.
have. I don't appreciate it because I'm at work. Maybe because I'm at work, I'm stupid. So I'm like, oh, stupid orc can carry all this heavy items because he doesn't have to sack anymore.
I don't think we've ever said that to you. Ron. Where did you come up with that statement?
I'm frustrated and I'm angry. Okay, so are we taking the wagon at least?
Yes. We'll drive it to Candlekeep and possibly be able to sell it.
I don't know how to use one, so I'm just gonna be honest.
I do.
Good. I'm gonna sit here and just be angry, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Is it religious?
Yeah, have we established the fact that I'm not really that book smart?
I think what we have established is that Selaphiel's not really good at anything.
But pretty much. I mean, combat, I can't hit anything. Religion checks. I'm decent at athletics.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, the one time somebody tried to take something from you, you were good at fending them off.
You get the horse jokes on
By
block.
1 point.
Yeah, he's also got a good horse.
Yeah. You cut out just.
He's good at getting horses to join our side and fight for us.
Well, now it has its own character sheet, so it's fine. And it understands common, even though it can't speak it.
Here in your new handout on your screen, assuming it's still present there, if not, it's dominating the center of the virtual tabletop on the live stream. Your handout of Candlekeep. Many maps exist of this city in greater detail, but those are part of the Mysteries of Candlekeep, or whatever that module is that was recently released. So that's about all we're going to see of Candlekeep. From a visual perspective. We're going to do a lot of theater of the mind here going forward. Over the past 4 days, the weather on the coastway has gradually worsened. Dark clouds release heavy rain until the road runs thick with mud. Yet you trudge on, passing by the occasional friendly merchant caravans heading north. And on the morning of the 5th day, the rain subsides, but the dark clouds remain. Ahead, you see a path branch from the wider road, heading to the sea. A raven perches solemnly on a leaning post, bearing two signs that point like arms toward the west. One says the Way of the Lion, and the other says Candlekeep.
Yo, what's that Way of the Lion mean? I asked the bird.
Yeah, we're pretty much following Fallister's lead at this point. He's pretty much taking us to where we need to go.
I didn't ask him, I asked the bird.
I kind of look at you like, what?
Fallister just points out that the Way of the Lion is the name of the road that is leading to Candlekeep. Both signs are pointing in the same direction, so it's kind of they're both two parts of the same sign.
Wow, that bird wouldn't even answer. You're rude, bird. Thank you, Fallister.
Stupid bird.
I just gotta look at the bird and shrug and continue on. I assume Kalidor's been enjoying the cloudy weather since he doesn't have to shield his eyes anymore.
Proceeding west, the afternoon sun shines through the clouds, mohaha, to the drow, to illuminate the gray walls and pale spires of a time-worn fortress that stands majestically atop a rocky promontory overlooking the sea. The trail leads straight to it.
I've heard many stories of this place and even came up the coastway on my way into Baldur's Gate, but didn't have a chance to visit. Of course, I didn't have a book to gain entry either.
That's actually why I brought this this book of rare recipes from Cambion. I think I've heard on the streets that books of this nature are in high demand right now in Candlekeep. Fallister interjects. At the gatehouse, you are greeted by 3 monks in purple robes, a human, a dwarf, and a sun elf. Around their necks hang holy symbols of Nadir, god of writing, whose symbol is a lit candle above an open eye. "Welcome to Candlekeep," says the elf in common. "A gift is required from those seeking admittance. You must donate a book or scroll that isn't already in the library's archives. Please present your gift for inspection. If you happen to possess the book Apocalypto, it is in high demand on this particular day."
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I did not bring a book. I am so glad that you were thoughtful enough to bring one.
Oh, of course, yeah, I got this covered. And Fallister retrieves his book of recipes and passes it to the sun elf, who thumbs through it, and you guys are standing out there for a good 10 minutes in the sun before they open the gates and allow you entry to Candlekeep. And the dwarf says, "You're free to go where you please. Stay as long as you wish. The outermost buildings include private dormitories for the monks, as well as public quarters for the visitors. You can find all the amenities you'd expect to find. Bathhouses, clothiers, granaries, all that stuff. Central Candlekeep. There's a pub called The Hearth. Can't miss it."
Thank you very much.
You're friendly. It's nice.
"Enjoy your stay in Candlekeep," the elf says as the gates open, and you are admitted within. Now, it's been 5 days on the road. Do you want to go directly to get a hot meal, or do you want to go directly towards your next plot objective?
I think it's time for a hot meal and cleaning up after this trail.
Is there any place we can sell our like the swords and things we got, the wagon if we're not going to keep it?
Yeah, they've got all the standard amenities, so you can sell any of that stuff for the usual 50% round down rate.
Okay, so whatever that is, 6%. So is everybody? Nobody wants a long sword, short sword, chainmail, wagon, 3 days. Well, 3 days rations we probably want to, and few draft horses.
I'm fine. Where would be a great place to get food and a place to get cleaned up and someone who could professionally clean my armor?
The hearth would be your best bet as far as dining. As far as dining goes, a monk who happens to be standing by answers your question without you even asking him directly. As far as clothiers and launders, there is one in the same neighborhood. You head east along the main thoroughfare. You cannot miss it.
I will accompany you, Gruhlak, into selling these items just to make sure that someone of a honeyed tongue is present.
I don't know what that means, but I'll be glad to have you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Are we meeting at the hearth then later?
Well, yes, we'll have to stay there, obviously. And Fallister, you'll let us know when your contact wants to see us, I guess?
As far as I know, she's up in her office right now, and he points up at the tallest of the spires as Candlekeep elevates further up the promontory. She's probably there 24 hours a day, and she's been waiting eagerly for my return. Although, what you guys are talking about as far as getting cleaned up and getting a hot meal, I don't think she would object to a slight detour in that regard, considering everything that, well, I want to say we, but you especially been through.
And if we are going to be meeting your contact, then it would only behoove us to arrive manicured and prepared.
Well, she ain't no nobility. She don't care about that kind of stuff, but, I mean, whatever floats your boat.
Yes, let us take care of these little bit of niceties. And then we can meet with her.
All right. I'm going to head on to the hearth right now then and get us set up with a room. That's on me tonight. And you guys take care of what you got to, and I'll see you there come dinner time.
You're very magnanimous. Thank you.
It is much appreciated.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Y'all enjoy your stay here. Everyone is super friendly. You shouldn't have to worry about anything here.
Yeah, I guess me and Gruhlak will go to the merchant to sell that stuff at just standard price, like you said.
yeah, 50% of that. So whatever the gold priest value is, half that. So that's what I'm working on right now, calculating.
And of course, I'm going to go get my gear laundered and cleaned up and get myself cleaned up.
Do you intend to have me cleaned as well? I am honored.
You are part of my gear.
I thank you greatly. I hope someday to return the favor. It is this manner of bartering I would feel comfortable with. If there is anything I can answer for you at this point, I would be happy to.
You can speak with Nadir after we get everything taken care of.
Very well. Don, let me get an insight check out of you, please.
Woohoo!
Oh,
my dice are
goodness.
wonderful today.
Yeah, they sure do love you, man. Your dice, man. You treat them well.
Can I get the dice laundered?
You can microwave them.
I may need to.
Well, I guess this is just how this is going to go. Once again, we have a low die roll, resulting in a catastrophic situation. However, due to the locale, it might not turn out as bad as it could otherwise. So, Dawn, what does Selaphiel do while his armor is being cleaned? I mean, part of the process is you're taking the armor off and the guy's taking care of it. Presumably he's got like a spot where he does his work, and it's going to take an hour or so, I want to say, before it's ready for you. What do you do in that time?
Well, I'm going to sit and wait because, especially with possession of the shield, I don't want anybody to attune themselves to the shield when it's out of my possession.
Gotcha.
So I'm keeping a definite eye on that shield because of the fact that it can be disastrous if that gets in the wrong hands.
Okay.
Even when we were camping and everything, I was sleeping on top of the shield. I was putting my bedding on top of the shield to make sure that nothing could get at it. That's how protective I am of that thing.
Oh, geez, your back's got to be killing.
You need to back it up. So it's going to be it's 180 gold on the dot for the items being sold. So we got 180 gold piece. I'll add to the 227 that we currently have.
Well, Dawn, the guy who is shining up your armor, after he finishes with that, he grabs the shield, he gives it a look over, and he's not hiding himself very well in his intent, but as we see evidenced by your insight check, you're not really reading him either. So it is that the guy, basically while he's holding the shield, he just turns and bolts out of the shop out the back door, and there's like a second of startlement for Selaphiel where he's like, that didn't just happen. No frickin' way. And
all right,
what do you do?
I'm gonna chase him.
All right. And
telepathically with the horse, I'm going to have the horse cut off his route. It's in the front of the shop, so it can actually get down the alley, but its speed is much faster than mine, so.
Gotcha. And it's not like a familiar where you see through its eyes, though, right?
Correct. I can give it we speak telepathically to each other. It has an intelligence of 6, so like the intelligence of a child, and
Mama.
yeah, but I can't see through its eyes.
Okay. Well, you're not exactly sure how this happens, but while your horse is en route to one side of the alley and you're en route to the other side of the alley to cut him off, you see that damn Cambion that escaped earlier flying up out of the alley, carrying the shield and gleefully cackling at the completion of his mission. And he goes flying.
Man.
He goes flying 40 feet over the rooftops, and he's flying laterally over the city.
What a crazy coincidence!
Crazy coincidence indeed. And as Selaphiel is staring up at this, and even some of you who are kind of split off on your other errands, like this Cambion is making quite the scene as it is flying through the city. And some of you might even look up and see it, and as you're contemplating your responses to, hey, can I blast that thing out of the sky? Can I do this? ABC, yada yada. A ray of magic comes from somewhere on the ground and hits this thing square in the chest, and it just disintegrates in midair. And the shield falls, of course, like a shield, right onto the roof of a building where it lands with a loud clang that echoes for like 100 yards. So, Gruhlak and Nadir are together in the blacksmith shop, selling off swords and armor and what have you, when suddenly there is a loud smash on the roof, and this familiar golden shield falls through the ceiling and lands on the floor next to you.
Whoa. That looks like, yeah, it looks up at the ceiling, looks down at the floor, and looks at Nadir and isn't that so? Is that the shield? That looks like the shield.
Well,
I'll like step outside and kind of look up at the ceiling looking for Selaphiel. Like, what the?
well, here he comes charging as fast as his horse can carry him right around the corner, and you can see, based on the look on his face, that he's tracking this thing.
Selaphiel, your shield is here. Fell from
I-
the sky.
Yeah,
A gift from the gods.
no, it's a gift that the devil came, stole the shield, was blasted out of the sky by some magic, and that's the reason why the shield fell through the roof.
Maybe it was Kalidor.
One of the archmages of
yes,
Candlekeep
that's not.
enters the shop here with the rest of you. Does this belong to one of you?
It does. It belongs to me.
And
Well, not technically. We're actually here to get it looked at and possibly cleansed. We think there's a devil in it.
oh, I see. That would explain why a devil was trying to make off with it then. All right. Is there anything further I need to know?
I believe it is under control now. I was taking it to that shop owner to get my armor and the shield cleansed, or cleaned and look presentable. Is there a different person that I can go to? My trust in that person has been destroyed.
I can certainly
Just
direct
don't
you.
have any reasons to shield.
Yeah, what he said.
Great, I appreciate it. I will go and pick up my armor from the establishment, and I will follow you to the other establishment.
Oh, and while you were running off chasing the shield, somebody stole your armor and ran off in the other direction. All I
they're
wanted.
gonna
Urchin.
You're gonna have a hard time with,
urchin.
you know.
Took the bag of holding. It's the urchin.
All I wanted was clean armor. You suck, DM.
Yeah, that's the guy.
I just
stole
wanted
the
clean armor.
That's the guy who stole the bag of holding, and now he's stuffing your armor in the bag of holding and running off. That's what Jim was saying.
Oh yeah, he's just following you guys now.
These guys are just loaded.
Right? They're loaded and their perception sucks.
Yeah. You know, we'll find you, and then we'll kill you.
Uh,
I look at the Archmage and I thank you for your assistance. I had not noticed the theft myself, being in here doing business.
just doing my job. If the devil hadn't been stupid enough to announce its presence right over my head, I might not have seen it myself.
Did you see somebody with a bag of holding somewhere, sir?
I have a bag of holding.
Okay, so Gruhlak
He's-
stares at it and stares
Gruhlak-
at him.
Gruhlak is. We had a bag of holding stolen in Baldur's Gate, so it's definitely not here, Gruhlak.
He still looks down at the bag and at the wizard, Archmage, and he's like, "What's
Yeah, this
There's
bag has a
Okay.
different design on it.
okay?" So he'll just kind of go.
Stolen. That is most unfortunate.
Do you know where we could find
Yes.
another?
I might be willing to part with this one for the appropriate coin. Say 1,000.
Oh, so okay. Well, hold on. And then so he starts like looking in the coin pouch that he has, and he's like,
Let us not waste any more of your time, sir. If you can show me the way, I would really appreciate
"I'm
it.
still counting. I'm still counting."
Very well. We can handle both at once. And while Gruhlak is doing his counting, this guy's
We
taking you
don't
back
have
to the
1,000.
shop.
I don't believe we have 1,000 between all of us. So it, I do
Wow.
apologize for his impulsiveness.
Apologies are not needed.
I have some dice that could be worth something.
Perhaps another time then, or perhaps Timora will smile upon you, and you will come across another in your travels.
Dice.
So we go collect my armor. I
Right.
berate the owner, for his dishonesty, and recommend that whatever patron that he serves, that he goes and does penance for his treachery, and I take my business elsewhere.
Well, you may need to take your business elsewhere in either case, but the berating of the shopkeep is perhaps not necessary, as when you return to the establishment, you discover that the shopkeep is dead. You did your business the entire time with the guy who turned out to be the Cambion, and he was only in that store because he had killed the shopkeep and was kind of taking over the business. And of course, due to his alter self spell and his shape change abilities, he looked similar enough to the guy that anybody coming through might mistake him for. You, not knowing the original shopkeep at all, definitely was like, yeah, shopkeep, clean my armor.
Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna give him a bad Yelp review.
I would like to see the Azamar chewing out the corpse, though. Like, you should have defended yourself better. I almost lost my shield because of you. You dead fuck.
How dare you?
I collect my things and I move on to another establishment. Ask the mage about where we can report this murder from that devil that he struck down.
I am on top of it. I am already attached to this case as it is. I shall attend to this immediately. Is there anything further you require from me?
No, thank you. You've been wonderful.
It is my pleasure.
We have 400 gold pieces. Is that enough for your bag?
It is quite a bit short, I would say.
Okay. Kind of just muttered to himself about being thieves and thieves taking the bag and sacks missing now, stuff like that under his breath.
I just have this mental image of this big, imposing orc kind of standing there all like dejected and sad, like for gold.
The pouting orc.
Pouting orc could be a good art piece.
Oh man, yeah. When I get Gruhlak's character portrait commissioned, that'll be the look. Is he looks forlorn.
Yeah, could be his look right now. He's like, we had so much, so much. That thief went back to his little wherever. I was like, hey, let's take a look what's in here. He's throwing up the coin.
So after tending to our business in Candlekeep, is that everything? Did anybody else have anything? Jeong-Hoon, Ben?
I'm good.
Kalidor just went to the bathhouse and then probably went to the hearse.
Gotcha. For cleaning and services such as that, I would say 1 gold coin. You could probably get away with all that stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you have that on your person?
Yeah, I have like 100 gold and some silver and some copper.
Okay, well, that would help us in trying to get that sack, but that's fine. That's okay.
And then I too will partake at the bathhouse to get cleaned up.
All right. At the hearth, Fallister already has a private room reserved for your collective. And once your characters arrive, drinks are brought at request. He's already paid ahead of time for a banquet, so it's pretty much non-stop food and drinks for the entire evening. He does caution you to go easy with the drinks, however, they do make them especially strong here at the hearth.
Yeah, I only partake of one.
Yeah, Gruhlak will more focus on the food aspect than on the and not too much on the drink at all.
Gotcha. Yeah, a lot of chicken and ribs and potatoes and carrots. It's a very hearty feast. Did you say steak?
Yeah, so he'll eat heartily, but not to the point of being sick or drunk.
They should make some dice for full-figured paladins.
All right, enough about my die.
the next morning, after you are long rested and get yourselves a good breakfast to follow up last night's feast, Fallister Fisk leads you to one of Candlekeep's main spires, to Sylvira's laboratory, where the walls of this circular tower chamber are punctuated by arched windows that are currently shuttered. Bookcases filled with eldritch volumes stand between the windows, while tables are crowded with specimen jars, alchemical equipment, and other clutter. Engraved into the floor of the chamber is a large 9-pointed star. A middle-aged tiefling dressed in wizardly robes stands by one of the tables, caught in a fugue of intense contemplation. Perched on the corner of a table nearby is a spindly little demon with warty green skin, buggy eyes, thin black horns, and a whip-like tail. "I can't tell you how pleased I am to see you," says the tiefling. "What have you brought me?"
This is your contact, Alistair?
I said she was a tiefling. She's a wizard. Sylvira, these are the companions that I sent word about ahead of time. This is Kalidor, Nadir, Jeong-Hoon. This here is Selaphiel, and then the big fella there is Gruhlak. And I think we got exactly what you sent me for. And he looks around at the group. Which one of y'all's got the puzzle box?
I'll produce the puzzle box.
The tiefling looks at Selaphiel and her closet familiar. Does the look of Jezebel disturb you, my friend?
We have had unusual encounters with such creatures.
I can assure you the only unusual encounter you will experience in this laboratory is cracking that puzzle box open, finding out what is within.
Also, if we may trouble you, the shield that I have may also be possessed by a demon or a devil.
You have the shield of Gargoth, she says in alarm as she seems to recognize what it is. May I recommend you put that down immediately and never touch it ever again?
I would like to know more about it if you care to tell.
The shield? Well, here's what I can say. From my studies, and my knowledge of the devil imprisoned within, this shield is a symbol of good's triumph over evil. Gazing at such beauty, one can easily overlook the terrible force bound within it. Gargoth is, I believe, its name, though it calls itself the Hidden Lord. It was a pit fiend sent by Asmodeus to corrupt mortals on the material plane, and there it amassed such a following as to rival that of the gods. In that way, Gargoth became a sort of demigod, and having worshippers increased its power exponentially. Oh, my, how the mighty have fallen. But this shield has the power to corrupt everything about it, and around it. The Hoon family of Baldur's Gate has kept it for years now. Doubtless they'll want it back, but the shield should not be taken to any place where thousands of mortals reside. It needs to be locked away in an extra-dimensional space, away from corruptible souls.
It's not that I don't want the shield. I am appointing myself guardian of the shield to make sure that nothing has happened to this. Apparently I have failed once at my guardianship.
What is it you seek to guard it from?
From information that we have gleaned, that if a certain ritual is cast, the demon, the devil inside, would be released from the shield, and be able to wreak havoc upon the entire world. And I'm here to make sure that that does not happen.
You and I are of similar mind on this. It is why I suggest you immediately set it down, and I will cover it with a cloth for the time being until we can decide such better course of action.
Very well. And I put the shield on the ground.
Do not release me. You will live to regret it, the shield says as you're setting it down. She just hastily throws an old cloak over it. From the religion check there from Nadir, the story of Gargoth in the shield, he's heard that one before, for sure. He had not put two and two together before now, just due to the fact that the shield was disguising its name.
Yeah, my religion check probably wouldn't have come up with any of that.
Yours would be more
Yeah,
vague
okay.
in the respect of, oh yeah, I do remember hearing about a pit fiend getting trapped inside of a shield. Something general like that.
I remember that story. My adoptive parents told it to me once. They told me many stories involving pit fiends because my father may indeed be a pit fiend. But that's beyond the point.
So is there a way to destroy the shield and not release this thing? Or do we just gotta deal with it? Could we cast it into a fire or something? I don't know.
I'm not...
I guess I've died and the shield was given to Selaphiel instead of me.
Pretty much.
Okay, so there's no magical binding you can put on a shield to make sure it doesn't, like, does it release this thing or what?
I would recommend finding a portable hole and putting the shield and only the shield within the portable hole, and then forgetting about its existence entirely.
Well, we haven't had good luck with things that hold stuff recently, so I'd love to find a portable hole and have it stolen, like my sack. It's a long story, sorry.
I am reluctant to assume possession of this powerful artifact. However, I would be willing to take custody of it, so long as you know that this is my intent. I would put it away. I see no use in its being anywhere around people, and I myself do not possess the ability to destroy it.
I feel like she's telling us the truth.
She seems to be on the up and up. She seems to have a proper respect and fear for the pit fiend trapped within inside the shield.
Well, let us think on this while you inspect the puzzle box.
Thank you. I was hoping to get to that. That is the main object of my interest. I've been suspicious of the High Overseer of Ilterel for a long time, but no one wanted to hear my concerns because Thavius Krieg was widely regarded as a hero who saved his city from an undead scourge, giving rise to the holy nation of Elturgard. Hailed as a savior, Thavius made all citizens of Elturel swear an oath called the Creed Resolute, which binds them to defend the nation of Elturgard. I met him years ago, and my instincts told me he was a charlatan. Afterward, I grew to suspect that he had cut a deal with one or more powerful devils, using the Creed Resolute to bind all Elturel to his dark deal. I wish to prove my theory, and I believe the evidence is locked within inside this puzzle box. If you will be so kind as to allow me a few moments to inspect it.
I'm kind of watching Rhea's reactions to what she just said.
Rhea's kind of maintaining her skepticism. She raises an eyebrow to any negative connotations about Thavius Creek. But this is why we're here. Either she's going to be proven very right or very wrong, depending on what's inside this puzzle box.
Well, she is working on that. I'm going to gather everybody together. So what are your thoughts on the fate of the shield?
I think she has a point. If it is indeed the pit fiend Gargoth in that shield, it is too powerful for even us to handle without danger to our very souls. We should hide it away. Keep it away from everyone.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on this corrupting everything around it myth, or if it's true or not. I did feel it was, when I did have possession of it, I kind of did feel like it was trying to affect my mind.
I agree with both of you. So yes, we should leave the shield behind, and I get a sense of honesty from her. But I wanted to make sure with you as well, because my insight wasn't too great when I handed over the shield and the armor to the very devil that was trying to steal it from us in the first place.
Well, you can't be too hard on yourself there. I mean, you just thought it was a regular merchant. You had no idea, no reason to suspect that it was the enemy who was trying to steal the shield.
Well, I think she looks trustworthy and forthright.
Okay, so we shall ask her to dispose of the shield when she's done with the puzzle box.
Meanwhile, while you guys are having this discussion, she's chatting with her familiar in Infernal, which you don't necessarily pick up all of the exchange, considering you're having your own conversation, but what little you do pick up of the conversation, it seems to be mostly directions. Go grab me that, pass me this book again, I wish to thumb through this, yada yada yada. And when you come back, she's holding a flask of dark liquid, and she's already in the process of getting ready to pour it onto the puzzle box. And she sees your group looking over at her, and she just gives a nod. I believe I have figured it out. And she pours the dark liquid into the maze-like troughs carved into the box's surface, and she kind of tips it like one of those old maze puzzle games with the pinball that you're trying to get from one end to the other, and she's just directing the liquid through the maze-like patterns until the box's inlays pop loose and it breaks apart.
Kind of getting a bit of a defensive stance, like assuming something might jump out and try to attack us.
Yeah, I'll start doing the same thing too.
And here in your new handout on your main screen there, on the virtual tabletop, there's actually a picture of Sylvira opening this puzzle box.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, pretty cool little detail, I thought. Inside the box is a stack of 9 chain-linked plates, each 3 inches on a side, cast of dark iron, and stamped with infernal runes. Anyone who understands infernal can translate the runes as follows, and by my count there's 3 in the room, counting Sylvira, who can translate the infernal runes. So 3 of you are at least reading this and passing it on to the rest of the group here. I'm going to narrate this, but then I'm also going to copy the specific text over to the chat log. You may wish to copy this for future recollection. This has been the object of your quest thus far.
Being that I'm high intelligence and low wisdom, I would likely just start reading it out loud, because not thinking there was anything wrong with that. Whereas Selaphiel, having the high wisdom, would probably read it to himself first before reading it out loud.
Right.
Sylvira is reading it to herself as well, so I'm guessing that for most of you, Nadir is where you're getting this information for the first time.
It's like House in the Cabin in the Woods. Do not read the Latin!
Don't play that tape. And why is there a chainsaw in here?
Or like in The Mummy when she just starts reading the book out loud. Don't read from the book!
Why? Didn't you see Evil Dead?
That's why I have an 8 wisdom.
I have a 12 wisdom, better than average, but yeah, I wouldn't read the book out loud just in case there was something mystical that would do bad.
Which is why I have an 8 wisdom. I'm like, oh look, this is what it says.
And here is what it says. Be it known to all that I, Thevius Krieg, High Overseer of Elturel, have sworn to my master Zariel, Lord of Avernus, to keep the agreement contained in this oath. I hereby submit to Zariel in all matters and for all time. I will place her above all creatures, living and dead. I will obey her all of my days and beyond with fear and servility. I recognize the dispensation of the device called the Solar Insidiator, hereafter called the Companion. In my capacity as High Overseer of Elturel and its vassal territories, I acknowledge that all lands falling under the light of the Companion are forfeit to Zariel. All persons bound by oath to defend Elturel are also considered forfeit. I further recognize that this dispensation will last 50 years, after which the Companion will return whence it came, taking Elturel and its oath-bound defenders with it, if that is Zariel's wish. All of this is my everlasting pledge. And that's what's inside the puzzle box.
I'm guessing that it must have been written some 50 years ago.
Rhea is so stung by the revelation that she just collapses onto the floor, and it's just a loud thud of metallic armor, and she just immediately breaks into tears, and you can just hear her blubbering names and words that you would assume to be friends, family, locations, memories of her home city, and in addition to that comes a considerable amount of cursing at her former hero, Thevius Krieg.
I'll go over and make sure nothing happened to her, like she got attacked or anything, and then I'll help her up.
I was gonna stand here. I'm not sure what to do. He's just gonna observe. Let's try to take it in the process as much as he possibly can.
Why would he write down that he's doing crimes? Even I know that that's dumb.
That's how a contract with devils works, Jeong-Hoon. You have to put it in writing. So he had to put down everything he was doing and why, and to who, and for who, and how long it would last.
That's dumb.
Wow, this is a lot worse than I imagined. Nobody would have ever suspected that the companion, the light that burned the vampires from Elturel, was the thing that was devilish in origin.
But what does this have to do with Baldur's Gate? I mean, why did he even... If he was oathbound with it, why did he not go with the city? And why did he bring the box to Baldur's Gate?
Well, that's his contract. He'd have to keep it with him.
He never mentions in the contract. Rhea comes out of her grief and starts speaking angrily. Listen to the contract again. Read it. It never mentions that he must go with Elturel. He's giving Elturel over, and he's giving his life to Zariel, but he never agrees that he will go with Elturel when she claims it. The coward fled to Baldur's Gate. And then Fallister speaks up, and that's why he was with Duke Van Thamper, and they were working with all them devils. They were going to try to do the exact same thing to Baldur's Gate.
That makes a lot of sense. And maybe in the process, they were going to try to free Gargoth from the shield as well.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they were doing, whether it was to have some extra arsenal for their side, just in case they had some plans of double dealing with the devils, or whether Gargoth was making promises to them, get me out of the shield and I'll do A, B, and C. I mean, we don't know. All of them are dead or in prison, unfortunately. Rhea actually, sweeps the puzzle box off of the table where it's still kind of shining its infernal script into the sky. She just seems disgusted with its appearance now. And she utters, "If Zariel wants my soul, she's welcome to try to take it." And she looks over at Sylvira. "How? Is there any way that you can get me there? Can you get me to Elturel?"
Hold on a minute. Zariel was the angel. Is Zariel now the Lord of Avernus somehow?
So an angel was corrupted in hell to now become a lord of hell, to now start affecting the world around it by making these contracts.
It would seem...
It's not the first time.
Yes, it would seem that Zariel has been corrupted, as have so many others. Sylvira speaks. And back to the live screen. There we go. Man, how is it that Gruhlak figured this out above everybody else?
Heart, soul, the team. I got to
Basically, Rhea's response and her inclination to return to Elturel seems to tie into that Creed Resolute, because she was a defender and a citizen of Elturel. Now with Elturel in Avernus, she probably feels more compelled than ever to defend it.
Yeah, but what can you accomplish there, since Avernus was, since Elturel was taken down to Avernus?
And just in that respect, Selaphiel's answering his own question as he's realizing he's trying to rationalize with someone who's under the effect of a Geas. And she just looks at Selaphiel as if there's no need to explain this at all. Like, this is how it has to be.
Is there a way to break this contract, to release the people and the city from the clutches of Avernus?
It might be possible, Sylvira says, though remotely is certainly not an option. One would have to be physically there, and that's assuming that Elturel is even capable of being rescued at this point.
If there's a way to rescue it, we must take that opportunity.
I agree, we should help them if we can, but I don't know much about how pacts and such work, but I'm fairly certain that once the terms have been reached, once it's been enacted and everything has come to pass, that's it. It's done.
That is my experience with such pacts as well. However, nothing is ever permanent.
Maybe that we can find a way to reverse it or simply save it in another way as well.
I do believe I may be of further assistance to you. However, I cannot do anything from here. Candlekeep has preventative measures against teleportations and extra-dimensional means of travel. That's why your devil friend who absconded with your shield earlier, she looks over at Selaphiel, Now putting two and two together, she heard the story earlier that somebody had their shield stolen from them by a devil, and now she realizes, oh, it's you, and this is the shield. That's why your devil friend was flying away and not teleporting away.
Yes, and because of the fact that it's already been proven that I cannot protect this adequately, I would like you to, if you're willing, to put the shield in a portable hole and seal it away somewhere.
I do not currently have a portable hull, though I will take custody of it for the time being and seek a means to entrap it as soon as I can. I believe this shield's presence in Baldur's Gate, its very presence there, has contributed greatly to the general ambiance of Baldur's Gate over the past generation. Crime has risen, murders, the deals with devils, the cult of the Dead Three, all of this, I think, could be traced back to the very presence of the shield. And that is not something, that is not a fate that I would wish upon Candlekeep. So, while I have a solution, I do not have the means to the solution at this time. I will take it if you wish. If you take me with you into the Nine Hells, I will serve you faithfully as a guide and advisor. Who better to guide you through the Nine Hells than one from the Nine Hells? I'm not even going to ask for insight rolls on that because alignment issues aside, I think any of your characters can recognize there is some sense in what Gargoth is speaking.
Right. Gargoth speaks to me. And he has offered himself as a guide to the Hells. And if we take the shield with us, that will get it out of Candlekeep. And even if by some way he does get released, it will be released in Hell versus being released upon this plane.
Well, I mean, a pit fiend could travel from Hell back here to Faerun just as easily as it has obviously done so before. But I will respect your wishes in either way. You need not explain yourself to me. The shield has come to you. I have hopefully given you the adequate information about how to at least respect the power that is the shield and beware of the being that is within it. It is a devil. It will promise much, and it will seek to get from you that which is most valuable, your very soul.
My soul belongs to Tyr. No one shall be able to rip that asunder.
That's all well and good, Selaphiel, but remember, this is not a noble and good-natured being who is offering his services to us. This is a devil who's claiming he will lead us safely through hell. Well, we can only trust that as far as we can throw it.
And I understand. My oath as a watcher forbids me from making deals with devils and demons. So therefore, I do not take possession of it, and I do not make deals with it. So it may try to guide us, but we will always use our own judgment and insight, and to make sure that my judgment and insight hasn't been impacted, this is why we shall do it by committee.
What if I reformed myself like Captain America's shield and you could throw me great distance? Would you trust me then?
Again, it is not a matter of trust, it is a matter of my oaths.
Obviously out of game for that bit. Looks like Dawn has basically in-game presented it to a vote. In that respect, Dawn, is your vote then, I will bring it with us into the Nine Hells, but I am staunchly determined to not let it corrupt me, is what I'm
Correct.
hearing. Okay.
Yes. I will be its guardian, and I will do a much better job at being its guardian than I have when we got to Candlekeep.
Okay. And why don't you guys use this second and final break time? We're running a few minutes over here to finalize your decision on the shield, and then I will continue on with the next step of getting us to Avernus.
Okay. Well, during this break, I need to go take my daily walk.
Yeah, that's cool too. I mean, it is a break for a reason. Some people like to stick around and continue to talk. I actually like to get up and stretch for a minute, so whatever suits your fancy there, brother.
All right. I'll be back soon.
Yes, indeed. Don't go nowhere, everybody, or go somewhere, but come back, because we got another hour or so of gaming after the break. Catch you then.
Bye. We'll be back.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We are here in Candlekeep. Well, most of us anyway. The rest of us will trickle in when they are finished with their respective breaks. Are we bringing the shield with us, or are we leaving it here in Candlekeep?
I mean, I think we would have some backup there if we dare try. Maybe they have some guidance for us on how to go about it. But that's Gruhlak's kind of thought process. This is such a crazy thing going. He's just kind of like, yeah, we want all the experts in on this because he'll do whatever, but just we want to be as informed as possible before we just headlong into it.
Leave it with this lady, just because I don't know that we can necessarily trust any advice that we get, and then B, I mean, I know that we don't know anything about hell, but I also don't know how much knowing stuff would help us, I'm really leery of, is it more powerful in hell? Is it easier for it to break out of the shield? Are there more powerful hell creatures that could just take it and now they have the shield? Devils are trying to get the shield back, right?
Right.
So we take it to hell and there's more devils there. So I would vote no.
All right. Some very poignant topics that you bring up there. And we will see how Nadir feels about it.
Well, Nadir is smart, so he knows this thing will try to manipulate them and steer them the wrong way and try to corrupt them at every chance it gets. But he's not very wise. So he thinks, okay, Selaphiel he's a strong-hearted paladin. He's got a strong spirit. With my knowledge and intelligence and his faith and strong heart, we can probably withstand this thing's evil, manipulative ways and utilize its advice and its guidance, knowing that it's likely to steer us wrong here and there. I think we're capable of dealing with that.
All right. Well, that sounds like a party majority before Ben is even back in his seat. Though, depending on how long it takes him to get back, I think we should at least hear him out on Kalidor's thoughts on the situation, because you never know when what somebody might say might sway somebody else's vote.
Oh, sure. And
So-
like I said, if I had a higher wisdom, my position might be different.
Gotcha. Welcome back, Don. Long story
Thank you.
short here, we are still discussing the matter of the shield. Gruhlak views it as a potential ally, and he is voting yes, let's bring it with. Jeong-Hoon feels that we should leave it here in Candlekeep. It's too dangerous of an item to bring with us. It might be too powerful in Hell. It might have increased abilities and turn against you in Hell. Nadir feels that Selaphiel has enough of a handle on this, and he's kind of following your lead. Like, you're the Holy Paladin, you've got the strong spirit, you're resisting the shield, and you're the one pushing for let's bring it. So he's backing your play here.
Okay.
And we were just saying that that gives us a party majority without Ben even being here, but we should wait to hear what he has to say, because he might bring something up that changes somebody's vote, and now all of a sudden we're leaning more towards leaving it here. But seeing as he is not back yet, and we got to push forward, let's just at least continue forward on that path and see what he thinks when he gets back.
Sounds like a plan.
So let's get us to the next section here, which is getting to Avernus. Finally, we are leaving the Baldur's Gate portion of the mod and entering the Avernus section. As she pointed out earlier, she cannot use the plane shift spell here in Candlekeep to send you to the Nine Hells due to wards placed on Candlekeep itself. So she is presenting an alternative plan for sending you to the Nine Hells, which is a friend of mine named Traxigor. He is a wizard. He lives in a tower 20 miles from here. I've loaned him a spellbook or two, so he owes me a favor. I can have you delivered safely to his tower, and he can use a plane shift spell to take you straight to Elturel. Even more importantly, Traxigor is looking after an old friend of mine, someone with a history of battling devils in the Nine Hells. I think you'll enjoy her company very much. Her name is Lulu.
Very well. It sounds good to me.
Alright, and assuming we have no further need to stick around Candlekeep, I feel like we did all of our reprovisioning in Baldur's Gate, and we haven't really gotten much between here and there, so unless somebody has any ideas on that effect, we can move forward. Let's just get some intelligence checks from everybody in the group here, please.
My top stat, thank you. See how this goes.
You said intelligence?
Yes, indeed.
7.
Man, I was really hoping that Jeong-Hoon would have the highest result. Alright then. Well, if there is nothing further at Candlekeep here, Sylvira will take you to the next area. You are ready to proceed then?
Yes, we are.
Very well. Sylvira ushers you to a crescent-shaped landing platform attached to her spire. There's a stunning view of the sea to the west. And waiting for you atop this platform are several griffins with saddles, their handlers standing nearby to help you. The griffins have instructions to fly you to Traxigor's tower, says Sylvira. Don't worry, it's safe.
Okay, I'm going to dispel my horse so that I can bring him back when we get there.
Kalidor feels, well, of course he's not even here. Kalidor feels Slobberchop's claws like digging into his shoulder as soon as he mounts his griffin, because Slobberchops is coming along for the ride, and Slobberchops can fly, but this is not quite the kind of flight nor the elevation that she is used to.
I'm fine with this.
How's Jeong-Hoon and Gruhlak getting along with the griffins?
Fine.
Yeah, I think at least Gruhlak would have no issue with it.
Very cool.
Probably say something about how evil and beautiful and majestic these animals are.
The handlers who are nearby help you mount the griffins, give you basic instructions. They give you each a bag of treats to kind of entice the griffins if and when they act a little bit unresponsive. But
Are they edible to the party?
they are, but you might be having some dysentery issues later on in the campaign.
Good to know. Just noted.
Once you are all mounted, the griffins take flight and head out to sea, flying just below the clouds. Air is very crisp and cold up here. Aside from Nadir, this is probably the first time for any of you being at this kind of elevation. And Candlekeep looks no less majestic from the air, and it grows smaller, of course, as the griffins soar westward. And large rocky islands pass below you, and beyond them lies the open sea. After a long journey, you see a windowless, doorless stone tower, which somehow floats in the sky ahead. The griffins pass through jagged holes, riddling the tower's conical peak to land on the top floor below, which has a spiral staircase leading down.
Okay, I dismount the griffin. I readjust my armor to make sure that it hasn't been moved and shifted during flight, and then proceed down the stairs when everybody else is ready.
I'll dismount to fix my hair and be like, that's a little bit faster than I'm used to, and I'm more in control normally because it's myself that's flying. But that was interesting. It was fun. What did everybody else think?
I thought it was exhilarating, the speed, the rush of the air. I've done jousting on horseback. Just wondering what jousting on a creature like this would be like.
Much more deadly. I'm sure you fell off your horse.
Your hair looks fine as normal, so I guess you're not complaining about that. I feel pretty nice. I had a little draft down in my nether region, but otherwise it wasn't too bad for me.
We'll have to remind Gruhlak next time we're in the means to have him visit a tailor to fix whatever holes are apparently in his pants.
It's just I go for flexibility. That's the exact purpose. So I can do stretches, I can lunge, I can jump very, very high, and you know this. So I think you're being Phoenicious, or whatever they say, and I don't appreciate it.
Yes,
Yeah, you got it right. It's Phoenicious.
I am from Phoenicia. I am Phoenicius the Great.
Supposedly he
Yeah.
is.
Shall we head on down to what color are the stairs?
They are their natural stone color.
Okay, so why don't we head down this brick road to go see the wizard?
I feel like this is worthy of another out-of-game interjection, though, just given how much time our characters spent on two different occasions in Baldur's Gate, reprovisioning, getting new gear for the group, and then in Candlekeep, even going so far as I'm going to visit the bathhouse, I'm going to get my armor cleaned, I'm going to present an opportunity for the GM to steal the party's artifact shield, and only now that we're at the literal tower of the guy who's going to send us to hell at the absolute last stop, does anybody think, hey, maybe Gruhlak should get his trousers stitched up and repaired?
What was the first I've heard of it?
We're not usually looking at his crotch.
Yeah, I mean, I can't recall it having come up before, but just the way that the RP played off there, it definitely seemed like this was a continuing trend that, well, now I'm about to go into hell, and I'm wearing my 6-year-old underoos.
You know what? Everybody's jelly. I get it. But he's fine with it, so just let it be.
Yeah, maybe you'll find a gorgeous cod piece somewhere down there in Avernus.
Well, last time a cod piece came into play, it worked out pretty well for the owner. I'm just going to say that and leave it there.
All right, continuing on. One level down into the tower, you see a cluttered chamber illuminated by various objects upon which continual flame spells have been cast. Scurrying around the room is an otter, dressed in a tiny red cassock. The otter mumbles to itself in common, mentioning something about a tuning fork. Suddenly it takes notice of you and stands upright. Lulu, wake up! Our guests have arrived! At the sound of her name, a small elephant with golden fur appears from under a pile of blankets near a table strewn with alchemical equipment. The elephant takes to the air on feathery wings and lets out a pleasing trumpet sound. That's all I got for my trumpet sound.
Nadir will actually pinch himself, like, am I asleep or high? What is happening?
I look around at the makeup of our group, and seeing an otter walking around doing magic doesn't faze me.
I see you were expecting us then.
Why, of course! Of course I'm expecting you. Sylvira sent a sending spell. I am Traxigor the wizard. I assume that my appearance is perhaps a little off-putting.
A little bit, but I mean, as you can see from our group, it's not that unusual. Although I will say that I don't think I've ever seen an elephant quite like that.
Lulu is a hollyphant, a quite rare creature of celestial origin. I myself, I used to be as most people. I used to be human. But at one point, this form came upon me quite unwillingly, and, well, wouldn't you know it, I just took to it, and had the effect made permanent.
Well, I mean, that's good for you.
Yes, to each his own.
I seem to be having an issue, however, that you might be able to assist me with. As I understand it, you are in need of a plane shift spell.
That is correct.
I require the tuning fork, required for the material component, but I seem to have misplaced it. Wouldn't you help me search my laboratory for it?
Of course.
Is it labeled in some fashion?
It is not, but any kind of tuning fork that you find, please present for inspection. I believe I have only but 27 of them in my laboratory in total.
So they're not for eating, right? You don't use this fork for eating.
Sometimes.
Oh.
I used to anyways, back when my hands could handle a fork.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Yeah, feel free to roll investigation or perception.
Yeah, I'll start poking around.
That thing's gone. It's in the wind. Find it anywhere. Selaphiel, have you found it yet?
I'm not having any luck finding it.
Selaphiel is sitting on it.
I mean, if it was up my butt, I'd know it.
Well, turns out that it is Jeong-Hoon who, after a few trial and error, is it this one? Is it this one? Jeong-Hoon finally finds the correct tuning fork, and your wizard friend Traxidor takes possession of it and guides you to the next area where he will cast the plane shift spell for you.
Now this will take us to Avernus, yes?
Yes, indeed. Why anyone would want to go there, I can't quite say, but I can certainly deliver you there.
Kind of glance over at Rhea.
Okay, Bebop.
Rhea has a determined look upon her face. She is very set on seeing this travel through. The hollyphant flies over into your group, and it has a big smile on its face, and Blobberchops flies off of Kalidor's shoulder and kind of flies around the hollyphant and greets it, and the two of them kind of share a little nuzzle for a brief moment. That is before Lulu speaks common to your collective and asks you, what is it that brings you here to this place?
Did Calidor not tell you?
As I understand it, you seek passage to the Nine Hells?
Yes, our mission is to try and reverse or fix the damage, the pact that was done to Elturel and its people.
She inquires as to what exactly those details are. She does not appear to have information about that.
Well, then I will basically fill her in.
At the mention of the name Zariel, it seems to prompt some kind of recollection from her, although also followed by numerous moments of just pausing and seeming soul-searching, it would seem, as she kind of stutters out, I was with the angel Zariel when she assembled her army of Hell Riders to attack Avernus. Through the gate we went, tearing through devils like a song through air. Victory was within our grasp until some of the Hell Riders betrayed us. They retreated through the gate and sealed it behind them. Before she was captured, Zariel told me to hide her sword so that it wouldn't fall into evil hands. Someone helped me hide the sword, but I don't remember who. We found a place to hide it, but I don't remember where. I escaped Avernus, but I don't remember how. Most of my memory is gone, but I don't remember why.
Perhaps as part of the hiding of the sword, you had something done to yourself so that you would not be able to reveal its location?
Maybe. It is also familiar and yet so lost upon my memories.
If the memories are locked within your mind, then there's probably keys to unlock those particular memories by seeing different sights down there.
I yearn most strongly to regain control of my memory. Won't you accept my companionship into Avernus?
Of course, we would be happy to have you. Nadir, I think our first stop when we get to the city would be to try to find the office and see if there's any paperwork there that could explain or possibly give us some clues on how to break this curse, if there is a way.
I have a feeling that's not going to be in the city of Elturel, but we can look.
He was stupid enough to write down the deal itself. Why wouldn't he be stupid enough to write down supporting documents?
It's always possible. Not something I would have done.
Okay, my friends, this is going to be a difficult and dangerous journey. Now it would be the final time to back out if you do not wish to go.
I think I just saw James and Jim get up from their chairs and walk away, so I think he just lost 2 party members.
I'm already here. Just taking it all.
They were
Well,
like,
he-
yeah,
he-
we've rethought it and we're not going to go.
No, I'm not backing down from anything. So I didn't know you were actually wanting me to just say that. So if you want me to say that, let's go. Yeah, I ain't scared of no devils.
We must do what we can to those people. They didn't deserve that fate.
And maybe during the way we'll find a bag of holding. Maybe it was brought down here with these people and liberated.
Oh, gosh. Elturel is my home city, says Rhea. I shall be with you for the entirety of the journey, come what may. I am honored that you have taken it upon yourselves to defend and attempt to save this city. You are true heroes, all of you. Lulu, likewise. I am with you, as long as I may. Slobberchops, however, seems quite aware of what's going on and what the next destination is, and as the discussion comes up of this is your last chance to turn back, Slobberchops flies over to a bed that's here in Traxidor's laboratory that seems like it was probably Lulu's bed that she's about to give up, and Slobberchops is about to take over.
I smile at Slobber.
Slobberchop's like,
I guess you're staying. I'll
Well,
see you
well-
when we get back.
That's right, I'm not going down there. Why the hell would I go to hell? Alright. And as Traxigor gathers you together in a circle, he taps the tuning fork on the floor and casts his plane shift spell. I think I might need to do a brief little rewind. Just as a additional detail, it doesn't really require any additional RP, but this is something you're going to want to have, I am sure. That is your poster map of Avernus, provided to you by Sylvira before she sent you on your way on Griffinback to Traxigor's Tower. And she only added, in conjunction with giving you this this map, that this map might not be entirely reliable. Its creator went mad making it, but it's the best that I can give you. So make sure to note where that is located in your character journal. You should actually find it in the Chapter 3 section of the journal, even though technically we're only in Chapter 2 right now.
Yep, I see it.
Very good. Alright, and that officially puts a close on Chapter 1. The plane shift spell transports Traxigor the Wizard and up to 8 other creatures, including Lulu and Rhea, and of course all of you. And upon arriving in Elturel, a hot stinging air assaults your senses. The city street in which you stand is lined with buildings that are crumbling, if not already collapsed. The ground shudders beneath your feet. In the red, smoky sky, a 400-foot diameter sphere of darkness discharges strokes of bluish-white lightning that strike the city at irregular intervals. Perched atop a distant bluff overlooking the rest of the city is a crumbled fortress. Traxigor gazes up at the black orb nervously, utters a few arcane syllables, and disappears in the blink of an eye. There's also a handout for this as well. Yeah, this is kind of what you're seeing. You just happen to be on that huge chunk of rock in the middle of the sky.
Okay, any idea of how we get down?
Do we want to get down? Is that rock El Turel?
All right, let's roll some Arcana checks, perception checks. Currently, you are within El Turel, and that rock is El Turel, just seen from the ground level of Avernus.
Okay.
See, as we arrive, and after the otter teleports away or shifts away, I kind of just take a deep breath and go, oh, it's kind of refreshing. I'm going home.
Yeah, I think my divine sense would be quite out of place here because I'm sure that everything would glow demonic.
Well, that may be so. Rhea, of course, is visibly disheartened by what she sees around her home city in shambles, and that grief seems immediately overtaken by determination. Once again, she seems pretty quick to turn the tide on her emotions when it comes to stuff like that. Like, her ultimate goal is the defense of El Turel, regardless of any other circumstances.
Well, looks like we're here. However badly this looks, I suppose we should start looking for survivors and defenders.
I urge you not to remain within this city for very long, lest you be pulled down into the river Styx with it. This city is currently anchored by numerous chains, and the city is being pulled down slowly. We know not how much time the city has, but again, I would advise you not to anchor. This is all in Selaphiel's head.
Okay. Gargoth said that the city itself is sinking into the river Styx, and the only thing that is holding it back are chains. Nadir, can you confirm?
What is
this
it
information?
sinking about?
Alright, what was that set up?
Thinking about something?
Can you confirm whether this city is being held by chains or if it's sinking? If it is sinking, we don't know how long the city has, so staying here may not be the best idea.
I understand that my flying abilities seem invaluable right now, but A, point up at the black ball of energy with lightning shooting out of it all over the city. I don't want to get struck by that. And B, there are other things in this plane that can fly. Probably better than me. I don't want to just start flying around making myself a target just because we want to see if there's chains.
And
Then-
as you are conversing, the entire city lurches from side to side as the great coasts binding it to Avernus sink farther into the ground. And this results in an earthquake. Loose objects fall, buildings are damaged, cracks form in the ground and the streets, and creatures fall prone. Assuming the results of dexterity saves. So let's get those from everybody.
Yay! Back at it again.
Alright, well, as the city suddenly shakes beneath your feet, Selaphiel is instantly he loses his footing and he's on the ground. And Gruhlak initially manages to kind of plant himself, but part of a building nearby him breaks free and hits him in the back of the head for 7 bludgeoning damage, and from that, you too fall prone. Jeong-Hoon, Kalidor, and Nadir, however, are not damaged, and they manage to keep their footing at the same time.
All right. I stand up. Let's
Yes,
get out of here.
It would
Yeah,
seem
I
the
think I can
sinking part
confirm
is
that,
right.
The place is sinking.
Gruhlak will get up as soon as possible, cursing under his breath, having been knocked prone, but he will get up and keep trudging forward.
So I'll look over at Rhea and say, okay, you know this place best. Where would be a place where people who are still able to would gather to defend this place?
She points at the crumbling fortress located in the distance. Let's first get some icons present on the Elturel map here. Okay, so X marks the spot. This is the location that your characters arrive in Elturel. And across the gap in the city where there used to be a river, she points at this structure here, the crumbling fortress that you can see, and in response to Nadir's question. And resolutely she just begins heading down that path, expecting that you guys are right behind her. So as you proceed through the ruined city streets of Elturel, it is around the corner of one still standing structure where you spot a woman running with 2 toddlers, one on each arm. And in her wake amble 3 infernal monsters with glaives and snake-like beards. The fiends are laughing darkly. And I have a map here set for that.
I feel like we're going to be running into a lot of this kind of stuff.
Yeah, passing through this city may not be a simple matter of A to B. So here we can see your group gathered. And scroll up to the north, we can see the woman with the 2 toddlers. They appear to be twin boys. And here are 3 devils that resemble very similarly that bearded devil that you fought back in the prison of the Van Thammer dungeon. And without hesitation, Lulu and Rhea spring into action, ready to help this woman and the 2 toddlers. And I'm going to roll a initiative for all of us, and we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, because I'm definitely helping these people out.
Make sure your tokens are fully healed, guys, because we have long rested.
During this trek, would I have had 10 minutes to be able to cast Find Steed?
That's a negative.
Okay.
Alright, so the woman who is fleeing from the devils, she grabs both of her boys. I don't know why I have initiatives rolled for them. They're pretty much all going together. And they are going to basically run right towards your group here. So she runs frantically. It's not until pretty much this point when she's right on top of you that she even seems to notice all of you standing here around this corner. And she has a brief look of terror as she's like, oh god, I'm caught, there's more devils. And then she seems to recognize, well, only one of them looks kind of devilish. The rest of them kind of look normal. So on to the bearded devils right behind her.
You saying I don't look
Quickly.
normal?
Quickly, get behind us. We'll protect you.
Since you're offering and all. The bearded devils. What are they gonna do? I don't know. They're devils. They're gonna do devil stuff. And that's pretty much gonna, yeah, that's gonna be it for the devils. They're just gonna kind of stride forward confidently that they've got this well in hand. And even as they start seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, there's like 7 adventurers around this corner, they still continue to stride forward. It's like all day long they're just running into people and having their way with them. So they have no reason to expect anything different in this case.
Is that red jagged thing rocks? And is that change the terrain to like difficult terrain or anything?
It changes it to difficult terrain, yes. They are rocks, infernal rocks, basically, that are indication of Elturel's being pulled down into Avernus and becoming part of Hell. So as you progress through the city, not only will you see a city in ruins, but indications that a transformation is already beginning to take place. The rocks provide cover in certain circumstances, and can also be taken as difficult terrain, and depending on if they're jagged like these ones, they can also do damage. So that will conclude the Bearded Devil's turns. They just walk up and they snarl at you in infernal, taunting that your blood will spill the ground and they will notch more innocent lives upon their belts for today. And Nadir, what is your response to that?
Murder.
So as I move across to get behind the rocks and have cover, I will hit that first guy with a chill touch. And as I'm moving and doing that, I will say to him, "We may be in hell, but you can die here."
And I suppose you're going to be the one to do the slaying, will you? Ow! That hurt. Big meanie.
By the holy might of Tyr, you will be destroyed.
I don't wanna.
Oh. Nobody's ever put it to me like that before.
This is my house. Alright, necrotic damage. AC for the Bearded Devil is 13, so a successful hit. And I'm going to take full damage from the necrotic.
That's it.
Okay, and Gruhlak, what's going on in the half-orc's mind?
Oh, they didn't know. He's gonna go right at it. So yeah, he doesn't really care for their comments at all. And he's going to let them know that half-orcs run this town, if you will, or run this whatever crap this is. So he's gonna run over here and attempt to decapitate this fine individual creature.
Come on, dude. You know you want to call him a gentleman.
No, they're far from it. They've insulted me and never want to do it. So he'll come in there and attack him. I'll re-roll the 2 for damage. So +1, so 12.
Every time you re-roll the 2, it's a 3.
I know, that's been weird. It's the whole night. It's been
Yeah. I mean, I guess at least it's not coming up a 1, but still, like, where's the 5 or the 6?
Yeah, no joke. So he'll do the first attack. If it's still up, which looks like it is, he will follow on with another slash. He's like, that's a little bit tougher to cut in half.
Yeah, the
and
devil.
He'll re-roll it.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna re-roll the D6. There's probably gonna be a 3. And of course it is. So that's a +1, so 13 points of damage. What is going on with that? It's always a 3. That's so weird. I'm gonna say it's a glitch in the Matrix.
Right.
So, yep. So he will.
4.
So he'll do that. It's still up, huh?
Yeah, these things, they got some HP behind them, but this is probably the first time, and that's probably going to be the case with almost any devil you come across, that they've legitimately been challenged. So there's a look of startlement, surprise, brief terror, and a gamut of different emotions in this devil's face that Gruhlak takes particular satisfaction in. Gruhlak probably doesn't know a whole lot about the rules of hell, but Nadir just pointed it out very precisely. We can kill you here, and the devils, upon realizing that there are people who can challenge them here and actually kill them, because every devil you've killed is just poofed or turned into a pool of ichor, and they come back here to hell ready to reform. This is definitely a different experience.
Well, he and obviously Gruhlak would be very exaggerated. And just sting. Just come in. Yes.
All right.
They'll be in a turn.
Okay, Kalidor, over to the Drow, who, I don't know, I mean, you may find certain parts of hell agreeable, especially that the sun is remarkably different, most notably in that it's not providing a light source that hurts you and damages you as the sun in Faerun was doing 5 minutes ago.
I like it here.
It's hot as shit, though.
Oh, there we go. Centered on that guy.
Okay.
So all three of them will need to roll saves.
Got it. Okay. And expect to see that almost uniformly across all your opponents going forward.
Well, that's just great.
Oh yeah. You in my house. You might be able to kill me, but I do have my advantages. Oh man.
Well, they all freaking saved, so they take half damage.
Well, I guess the sun's getting real low. Now I guess I gotta use all my natural 20s before the night's over.
Yeah, so they take, 9 thunder damage?
9 thunder. I do not have any immunity, resistance, or vulnerabilities, so just normal full damage there. I really dig this song playing here. I'm gonna have to take note of it. Anything else from you there, Kalidor? We got full damage on all 3 of these guys here.
Full, but not much damage. No, that's it for me.
Yeah, full half, I should say. And Rhea, she is going to take her first turn. And if the GM was allowing multi-classing in this campaign, she would seriously consider taking levels of Barbarian, because she looks like she's about to go in a rage here. And as Justin pointed out, make sure everybody's at full HP, including her, and she is. So she slight pivot and move up, move up, move up, and raged, but still mindful. I don't want to step into an obvious flanking situation. That was unnecessary. Accidental click. Does not count. Waste of a good die roll, though. And Rhea will take her attacks on the wounded devil. And I think we're going to go two-handed here because I've got the silver longsword. I forgot to note it for the two-handed variety, but her longsword is silver. Her short sword is not. Perfect. So the first strike is actually going to kill this devil, and it's got the most priceless look in its eyes as it is impaled upon Rhea's two-handed strike. with that, she will then not hesitate to step forward a little further and deliver that second 8 slashing strike on the bearded devil on the right. And she cries out, "For the Hell Riders!" And Selaphiel, that brings it to your turn.
All right, I'm going to attack the one right in front of me.
Gotcha. Hey, there's some dice for you. Alright. +1 Warhammer, full damage on the bearded devil there. Takes a nice thud to the gut from the Warhammer.
And I'll take my second attack against it.
Okay. That is a miss. It may
Let me
be...
use my inspiration card.
Gotcha. And as you're passing that over, just a brief note, it may not be entirely obvious given the darkness of the map, but there are sidewalks on the west side of the street here, so you're not blocked off. This is not a bottleneck right here, basically. You do still have a little bit of a way around on the west side. Hey, that looks familiar.
Holy crap. All right, end of turn.
Okay, and Jeong-Hoon, your first round in Avernus. What are we looking at?
Gonna move up here and throw some darts at this one, I guess.
Okay. Do you still have some movement? Because you can't get in melee if you want to take the sidewalk here.
Oh, I thought those were walls. Yeah, I would rather be in melee.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. You can actually get in completely around them on the backside and get a flank if you've got the movement for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Cool.
Those are all on the one directly below me.
Okay. Well, 13 is my AC, so both silver dagger strikes will land. Full damage from those. And the unarmed strike is a miss. You want to burn your inspiration here?
No, I'm good.
Alright. I'll just float over here onto the sidewalk. And I will stab out at this devil with advantage with my tusks. Well, crap. I almost hit. Just kind of a glancing strike off of the devil's shoulders there. And back to the top, where the woman being rescued and her 2 toddlers, they are going to move a little bit more behind everybody here. Actually, this friendly-looking tiefling guy over here, who seems to be helping us, we're going to go stand over by him. The bearded devils will take their next turn here. Multi-attacks, 1 beard, 1 glaive attack. So Western bearded devil first. I'm going to take a beard on Selaphiel. No good. A glaive on Jeong-Hoon. That seems to have hit. And that carries with it the potential for infernal wound. So let's get a con save from Jeong-Hoon, please. Ooh, that's a failed con save.
That one, I will be doing the inspiration.
Gotcha. Okay. Much better. Okay, so beard and glaive done from the western, the eastern one. I am going to attack Rhea and Selaphiel. Beard is on Rhea. No good there, and the glaive on Selaphiel. No good there either. The Devil's Curse in Infernal at their horror attack results this round. As we bring it over to Nadir, standing safely behind cover over here.
Behind that cover, am I still able to target them?
Absolutely.
Then I shall target the one that is more injured and hit him with another chill touch.
Okay. Cool. Another channel of necrotic energy depletes that devil's hit points down to almost dead.
And I will say to the woman and kids, I'm like, stay here, stay down. We've almost got this handled.
She has a frantic look in her eyes as she nods at you, and she just kind of tucks both of her kids, just kind of shields your eyes, don't look. And Gruhlak, back in the front of melee here, what you got?
So he's pretty much like, yes, the children will not want to see what comes next. And he will kind of move ahead. Now, am I able to get to about either this position here or this position decently?
Yeah, you can take either of those.
All right, I'll come here first. I'll orient himself and try to finish off that creature. Do I have advantage as he's like surrounded on several sides?
You do.
Awesome. Alrighty. So I'll re-roll that one.
Oh, alright.
Four. Okay.
Oh, nice. I was going to say, if you get a 4, it'll be exactly enough to kill him.
Okay. Now, will I be able to step into that where his body is, instead of stepping on his body to get to his buddy?
Yes.
Awesome. Then he'll move in, and I go after him. Like, as soon as he cuts him down, he immediately just stepping over on him to attack his buddy. Comes in.
Oh,
Yes.
yeesh.
And lands a nice little blow, looks like.
Yeah, that's a nasty slash, and for once you don't have to re-roll damage.
And what's going to be even nicer is that, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I was thinking about using my action surge, but I have a feeling I may want to hold on to that.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah, you just got here.
You should just go here, man. All right, and that'll be end of turn.
All right. And Kalidor, over to your turn. Bolt. 20 for 10. And that is a direct shot to the central mass of that devil, who just kind of takes it and almost looks like it's going to take like a push effect as well. So much is the onslaught this devil's taking.
That's EOT.
Okay. And perhaps about to finish off this bearded devil, Rhea again shouts for the Hell Riders and takes a pair of two-handed swings. Well, she does have advantage, fortunately, thanks to Jeong-Hoon's positioning. So the second attack will at least land for 8. That particular bearded devil is now rocking 3 hit points. So, Selaphiel, how are you going to close out this evening? Or are you going to leave it up to Jeong-Hoon? You smash its face into a bloody pulp and it just collapses down onto the pavement there, and that will conclude our first combat in Avernus. We've got a rescued woman here and 2 toddlers. We'll pick it up from that point next Tuesday, as that's going to then give us a bit of storyline to latch onto here right from the get-go, or potentially pass on it, depending on your choice, but that will be next week's decision. I'm going to pass it over to each of you here to say your farewells for the evening. I'd like to thank each of you, as always, for being here, for rocking, and for kicking butt even in the most adverse of circumstances here, as we are going to find to be an ever-escalating case of the norm going forward. Thank you all, and I'll turn the mics over to you all now.
All right. Hey, thanks guys for watching, and make sure you tune in on Thursday night when Dan and I and any of our guys who want to join in on it will be talking about this game and plenty of other things. So check us out on Thursday.
Night, everybody.
Oh, good, short and sweet. And I'm gonna say good evening. I hope we don't have to eat this lady and her children, because we're gonna be starving down here. So let's hope not. And anyway, have a good evening.
Well, that was a really weird send off there, Gruhlak, but okay. I won't be eating any people. I don't know about you. And I'm the
Very
one
hungry.
who's a demon.
I'm very hungry.
Thanks for watching.
Alright, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're here every Tuesday, so come on back. We enjoy having you watch and participating with us in this campaign of ours. Night, everybody.
Thank you again, all. Thanks to our viewers, our followers, our subscribers, and as Don said, we will catch you this Thursday for another episode of Roleplaying Unlimited Out of Character. We're going to delve into the penultimate chapter of the Animir Historia. We're getting closer to wrapping up that entire bit, and we are inching closer to beginning the next Animir campaign, which will be on Monday nights. More details on that coming forward in the near future. Thanks for joining all. Have a good week.